What's up, guys? We are now in chapter 18, and I'm going to tell you the themes of this chapter. So one is the weight of your words, the danger of pride and isolation, the value of wise counsel and humility, God as a strong refuge, and discernment in relationships and speech. Ooh, that was such a good intro. Then I just went and ruined it. But anyways, let's jump straight in. Hey everyone, welcome to God Speaks, and this is Proverbs Reboot. In this series, we're breaking down the timeless truths of Proverbs and rebooting them for your everyday life. God's wisdom still speaks powerfully today, and together we're going to unpack it, live it, and share it. Let's jump in. So, chapter 1, for me, it speaks to church hurt, and especially trying to transition from church hurt into a different community. An unfriendly person pursues selfish ends. You're only worried about your own desires, and against all sound judgment starts quarrels. Healing happens in a safe community. So in that kind of waiting, don't withdraw from God's people and be unfriendly and start quarrels and make weird judgments, but just understand and just wait for the healing and trust God, but with discernment. Verse 2, fools find no pleasure in... That's my niece. Find no pleasure in understanding, so they talk more than they listen, but delight in airing their own opinions. So they just want to be heard, and there's no growth in that. Verse 4 says, the words of the mouth are deep waters, but the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. So it refreshes and it nourishes you. So your words reveal the depths of your heart. It reveals your soul's condition. Verse 10, the name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to him and they are safe. So they run to him. When you run to God, you're running to his word. You covered under his truth. Guys, the word of God is really powerful. Truth is really powerful. So God is our ultimate protection, our ultimate safety, and our ultimate covering. Verse 11 says, the wealth of the rich is their fortified city. So they idolize wealth. They imagine it a wall too high to scale. Trust the provider, not the provision, because it's a false sense of security to believe in money without God. Okay, it's just an illusion. That's really deep. Verse 13, to answer before listening, that is folly and shame. Jumping to conclusions, interrupting people when they're speaking, that is folly and shame. Verse 16, a gift opens the way, so it makes room, and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. So your God-given talents and your calling will open doors. That's what will open doors to elevate you in due time. So don't force doors open. Verse 17 says, in a lawsuit, the first person to speak is always seems right until someone comes forward and cross-examines. So listen before judging and hear both sides of the story. Be very wise. I think this is also profound in God's character, because God sees everything. He sees both sides. He was there when it happened. So sometimes we may think, okay, but why is X, Y, and Z happen? But there are two sides to a story, and we sometimes only get one perspective. And when we see the one perspective, it makes sense until we get both perspectives. So just exercise this in everything you do in life, especially in conflict. Even if it's yourself, like I have my perspective. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to think of it too hectically, but I can experience something, and then someone else can experience it a different way. So sometimes hear their side, like, look, this is how I feel, like what you have to say about that, and be very open. Verse 21 says, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruits. Your words can create. We were made in the image of God. Yes, we can't make the world. I can't say let there be light, and but your words have power. So even the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak over people, I've been speaking about this, I think even in the previous chapter, your words carry weight, or the 2 chapters before. Verse 22, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. And this is where I'm going to end. Marriage is a blessing. Okay, it is from God. Just because people don't do it right doesn't mean the issue is marriage. Marriage is not the issue. Okay, marriage is not the issue, it's people. So the ultimate idea of marriage is so you are fully exposed, right? All your flaws and everything to your partner. And so it teaches you grace, it teaches you forgiveness, and it teaches you unconditional love. That is going to be tested. in marriage the most, more than your relationships, more than your friends, like other friendships and all. So it's hard, and that's why it's easier, or it's better when you are both on the same page. That's why don't be with someone that you're unequally yoked with. Don't beg a Zell, guys. Don't lose hope. I'm so over listening to what the world says. Yes, just because something is rare doesn't mean it's extinct. Okay, so don't lose hope in things like that. You're not the only person in the world that believes in God and that honors Him. Trust that God will bring you someone like that in due time. Okay, so don't do unnecessary things, because in the end, I've never seen it end good. I've never, like, it's not going to be different with you. Marriage is hard enough. The devil attacks marriage because it's a blessing from God. Do it with God. Do it with someone that wants to do it with God. So yeah, I'm gonna end off with that. Marriage is a blessing from God. If you feel otherwise, change your perspective or seek healing from God in that respect. And as you know, I will leave my blog link in the description if you want your weekly word. So you're more than welcome. I've shared my socials. You're more than welcome to just pop a message whenever. Feel free, a comment, wherever. Just feel free, feel comfortable. But I'm in essence, I'm just doing it. Whoever needs a word, and I believe that it will reach whoever it needs to reach. So and if you scroll to the bottom of the page, there's different links to the other ones. So it's the home page, and then there's links to the different weeks at the bottom of the page. Yep, and that's about it. God speaks. Are you listening?